Oh, I see it.
You just get a little bell.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Shay Rowell with the Rowell Realty Group at Keller Williams Vestavia. And of course, I'm with my guy.
Hey, everybody. I'm Andy Gagliano with Gagliano Mortgage in Birmingham. Shay, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you. So we were talking before the recording started about Thanksgiving, and I'm glad you had a great one.
Same.
And it's time to close the year out and just, put 2024 behind us and move right on along
Yeah.
into 2025.
I feel like that's kind of what we've been doing in our videos. We've kind of been winding down, getting ready to close the year out, and just kind of preparing for that jump start into next year. So I'm kind of hoping to do that with this one. I feel like this video, I know we record one more time this month, but I think this will probably be the last one that goes out this year. So I'm calling this the closeout video.
All right.
So
That
the
works for me.
idea today, if we can rapid fire, I looked up the most common or most frequently asked real estate questions, and I picked 12. So we're
Okay.
gonna do 12 days of real estate.
I like it.
All right.
That's
You wanna
awesome.
jump in?
I love doing these with you. You're so creative and just come up with so many great topics and ideas. Yes, I'm ready. Let's
Thank
do it.
you. I appreciate that. Okay, like I said, I want to try and rapid fire. Most of this stuff is stuff that we've already talked about. We can always reference the other videos. And I know if I let us loose, we will talk. So, what?
You know I don't talk much.
I know. It's me. It's me. Okay. Number one, do I need a home inspection? I'm gonna always say yes. I'm
Rapid
gonna
fire,
always say yes to a
yes.
home inspection. Yeah. The only people that I am kind of okay with not doing a home inspection is investors who really know what they're doing. And that's because most of the times they're not going to do it anyway, regardless of what I say.
Yeah, and you're working with those investors, and if they're doing a flip, I guess depending on the extent of the work being done with that flip, a home inspection is really going to do them no good for the most part, because they're going to go in and tear a lot of stuff out anyway. So, but
A lot
yeah,
of times, though, they will have someone come in to kind of check around to give them an ARV. So, but
very true.
rapid fire, I'm going to say yes. You absolutely need a home inspection.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a buyer's market?
Technically,
Technically.
a buyer's market is when a home stays on the market for less than 6 months. Rapid fire, I'm done.
To that seller's market, the opposite end of that spectrum. That's when the
Yes.
homes are less than.
Yeah.
And basically in the buyer's market, it just means that the houses are staying on longer, so buyers have more negotiating. I lost it. Buyers can negotiate more. In the seller's market, it's the exact opposite. The houses are not staying on the market long, so the buyers do not have the negotiating power. The sellers do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
actually, now that I'm listening to you talk, I answered that incorrectly, didn't I? Because you said, what is a buyer's market?
Mm-hmm.
And the buyer's market would be a house staying on the market for longer than 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
Technically. Yeah.
And
I
then
think I
sellers
said
is less than
shorter,
6
didn't
months. I don't know.
I think I said
But
shorter. You got it cleared up.
Okay.
All right.
Is a final walkthrough necessary? I have anxiety. I will always say yes.
I'm saying
You disagree?
yes. No, I'm saying yes. I've just seen too many issues. Things go wrong with houses.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point in time, a roof leak happens. Does it happen the day that you move in?
Maybe.
Or did it happen the day before you moved in? And if it's going to happen, you need to make sure it didn't happen before you moved in. Walkthroughs are necessary.
What's earnest money?
Earnest money is a good faith deposit by a buyer that they are serious about buying the home and they intend to move forward with the process of closing on that property.
Mm-hmm. It is money
So,
that you give up front.
yes. And so I'm going to ask you, what is a good amount for earnest money? What do you normally recommend a buyer pay?
Technically, it's the buyer's choice. Legally, it's the
Mm-hmm.
buyer's choice. A good amount, I say it's a negotiation tactic. So sellers typically want to see closer to like a 1%. So, but it's a buyer's choice.
Yeah.
And with VA, they don't have to do earnest money at all.
True.
Okay, let me find the next one. Are real estate commissions negotiable? Yes, they are. Everything in real estate is negotiable.
Always have been, always will be.
Exactly. To that point, what are lender fees?
Oh, gosh. This is not rapid fire anymore. So, lender fees are, I'm going to name off a few, but there are more than this. Underwriting fee, administrative fee, appraisal, credit report, flood certification, tax certification, processing fee. Those would be lender fees. Now, I like to group them into a general category I call junk fees because, well, they're junk. They vary from lender to lender and mortgage company to mortgage company, and it's something that buyers definitely need to compare between lenders when they're shopping. And really, those are the only fees that a buyer needs to compare when they're shopping interest rate and costs, because none of the other fees are going to change depending on whether you go with lender A or lender B. Those fees are going to stay the same, but the lender junk fees are going to vary.
Mm-hmm. And it was a good wrap up. What is title insurance?
You take that one.
I'm gonna put that one on you.
All right. So title insurance is an insurance policy that really, I should say, it's two insurance policies, because there's one of them is an insurance policy that would protect the lender. If that buyer is getting a mortgage, the lender is going to require that the buyer provide them title insurance to ensure that the title to that property is clear, that there are no encumbrances on that property. So, in other words, no liens, no claims by any party from the past to ownership of that property. And then there's an owner's policy, and that owner's title policy protects the owner against the same types of claims, that there are no liens, that no previous owner or heir of any previous owner has any claim to the property at all. And so that title policy is really a peace of mind insurance policy for the owner and for the mortgage company.
Got it. The next one. What is equity?
You want to take that one? You're
I
going
can
to
take
push that
it.
one to me? Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to. Yeah, I think we lost the plot of the rapid fire. Equity is the difference between how much you owe in a property or on the property and how much the property is worth.
Nailed it.
That's the simplest way I can do it. If you owe 50, you sell it for 100, or you can sell it for 100, the equity would be 50. That's the simplest way I could do it. What credit score do I need? We just did a video on this.
Yeah. So I'll just say bare minimum 550.
Mm-hmm.
580 is better.
Mm-hmm.
620 is better.
Better.
800 is the best.
Okay.
So work on those scores, but don't let those scores, if you're a buyer, don't let those scores stop you from buying today. Don't say, I've got to work on my credit scores to get my credit scores up before I buy, because what's going to happen is those home prices are going to continue to go up and interest rates are going to change. Maybe they go up, maybe they'll go down, who knows? But it goes back to today's the day to buy if you're mentally and financially ready.
Okay. The next one is, what does contingent mean?
You take that one.
Yeah, I'll take that one. Contingent means that the house is under contract, the seller has accepted that offer, but there still are certain conditions that need to be met.
Typically,
Rapid fire. Closing costs. What are closing costs and how much do I need?
closing costs are fees that are paid by a buyer or a seller, but in this case, we're going to talk buyers, paid by a buyer in order to complete the purchase of that property. Whether a buyer is getting a mortgage or they are not getting a mortgage, there are still closing costs to be paid. Things like attorney's fees, title insurance, pest inspection, a survey if they want one, those lender junk fees. That's a good example of closing costs, and there are way more than that, but that just rapid fire. And
Yeah, your real estate commission is in there as well.
true. Yeah.
We did it.
That's
We
12?
did that in yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. We did
That's
that
good.
in record time. I'm proud of us.
That's good.
Is there anything on here that you wanted to expound on that that you maybe didn't get the time to talk about a little bit more, or anything you kind of want to say before we wrap up the year?
There's really not anything that I want to expound on any. I will say that we've done quite a few of these videos over the course of this year, and there is a lot of information that we kind of just glazed over today, right over the top of it, covered just the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And that there are a lot of videos that go deeper into those topics where we talk about the closing cost and lender fees and things like that. And so that's, I would say, go back and watch more videos.
Yeah.
Go watch more of the videos that Shay and I've done.
I actually chose these because we have a video for every last one of these.
Oh, okay.
And some of these are in multiple videos.
Yeah.
So everything that we've talked about today, like you said, we have a video for it. So I kind of wanted to wrap up with that. These are the things that we've talked about all year. Of course, we've done videos throughout the entire year, so we have way more. We've got a ton of content already on YouTube, thanks to Andy. So I say, yeah, just go check that out. I'm very excited for the next year and for us continuing our videos. And I'm just excited to work. I'm excited to get to it. I'm excited to continue bringing the education. I'm excited to work with you. I'm excited for all the new clients, all the new buyers and sellers that we're going to have. I'm just excited. I'm very optimistic about 2025.
I think 2025 is going to be a very good year, and
I think so
I'm
too.
the same. I'm very optimistic about it. But I will say you and I both are very optimistic, glass half full kind of people,
Mm-hmm.
and so probably not terribly surprised that we're both optimistic about the year. But yeah, I totally agree. I think it's going to be a good year for a lot of buyers to buy. It really
Mm-hmm.
is. And I think there's a lot of optimism out there right
Mm-hmm.
now about next year. And maybe it's because this year didn't quite turn out the way that I think a lot of people hoped it would turn out.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's maybe the job market's not as strong, or maybe we're still paying way more at the grocery store or the gas pump than what we thought we would be paying by this time of the year. But and who knows what next year will bring. But I think a lot of people are pretty optimistic about the future, and with interest rates too. I think a lot of people are thinking that this will be the year that rates come down, and it'll be a time for them to refinance or buy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I also think that people have kind of gotten to a point of acceptance. People aren't expecting, what was that, 2020, 2021 anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I especially for the real estate market, I think people have finally learned. Oh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I think people finally learned, that we are kind of still on trend for what interest rates would have been had we not had 2020, 2021. And people, because of how low the interest rates were, so many people got interested in real estate. And I think that people have learned a lot and have started paying attention to professionals instead of just random media. And so I think a lot of people have come to acceptance, but also come into the right information.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of adds to the optimism to where people are excited to buy.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Y'all for watching. Thank you for a great year. It's been a whole year we've been doing this.
I know it. It has flown by.
Yeah, look
Absolutely
at us.
Flown by. Yeah.
Look at
So
us,
I'm looking
content
forward
creators.
to doing another year's worth coming up. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm excited about it. I'll see you in a few weeks, and we'll
like
get started on our next year content.
I like it. You have a great week. Let me know if I can do anything to help you. And Shay, if anybody needs to have a conversation with you about getting out and doing some house shopping, how do they do that?
You can contact me at 205-567-9713. And what about you, Andy?
And that's the Shay hotline. No extension. It goes directly to Shay. So I can be reached at 205-979-4412. I'm at extension 1.
Okay. I was going to say and 2.
And 2.
Thank you, Andy.
But not 3. Thank you, Shay. I've enjoyed it. Look forward to the next one. All right. Bye, everybody.